Greetings, friends. As we once again turn our attention to Jesus' Sermon on the Mount through this week's reading from the Gospel according to Matthew, we hear our teacher repeatedly say, "You have heard it said." Through this rhetorical exercise, he calls upon us to challenge our understanding of the law. If we take any provision of God's law and apply it using only the most limited possible interpretation, then we may reject sinful actions, while continuing to welcome sinful thoughts and emotions to dwell in our hearts. Such interpretations of the law completely misunderstand God's purpose in giving us the commandments. The law, which Jesus himself has come to fulfill, is given to us so that we might live in right relationship with our God and with one another. Our teacher challenges us to hear the law in a new way, one in which we do not do the bare minimum to live in compliance with the law, but instead we strive for a generous application, in which we place ourselves at risk in the pursuit of reconciliation. It is not enough for you to say, "You shall not murder, you shall not commit adultery, or you shall not bear false witness." To truly live in obedience to God's commandments, we must continually consider what it is that each of these commandments would truly hope for us to pursue as children of God who have been claimed through the covenant of grace. Before we come back to the Mount with our Lord Jesus, I invite you to prepare yourself by reading our scriptures from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verses 15 through 20, and from the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 5, verses 21 through 37. After reading these passages, please consider your responses to these questions. Which commandments tempt you to define technicalities so that you might justify an exception to the rule? And what does Jesus expect from us when we fail to live into the expectations that he sets through his interpretation of the commandments? Just as Jesus' disciples explored these difficult teachings in community, we also will come together in worship so that we might ponder this challenging text together. I welcome you to join us as we gather each Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. You may share and worship with us in person in the sanctuary at 718 Court Street here in Fulton, or you may share and worship with us through our live webcast, which you can view on the congregation's YouTube channel at the same day and time. Once our worship concludes, the video of our gathering is posted on our YouTube channel also, so that you may experience worship at another time of your choosing, should you need to do so. Friends, let us come together so that we might receive the new interpretation that Jesus has come to share with us. And may we welcome all people, family and friends, neighbors and strangers, and even our enemies, to come and hear this word, which calls us to seek peace and live in community. May grace and peace be yours in abundance.